Hi everyone, Sandy here again. I am doing a series of videos on the Camino targeted at senior walkers like myself. I'm in my 60s, but if you're in your 70s or 50s, I think you might find these ideas helpful. And if you're a first-time walker, I think you might benefit from them as well. I am just trying to provide practical, common sense insights into long distance walking. And on this video, I'm going to talk about the 5 things that you forgot to pack. So stay tuned. Okay, 5 things that you forgot to pack. I'm going to dive right in with number 1, the buff. Now, I'm in my 60s and I never wore a buff in my life. In fact, I don't even think I knew what a buff was. But this little darling, in fact, I brought 2, really saved me. I used it early in the morning to keep my head warm. When I crossed the Meseta, I had it around my neck to prevent sunburn on my neck. When you're in those albergues and the light is bright and people are rustling around, I put this right over my eyes like that, which was fantastic. I dipped it in water in a creek to make myself cool on those long hot days. So this little buff was worth its weight in gold, and it kept the sweat out of my eyes too. So if you weren't thinking of bringing one, maybe reconsider. Number 2, I'm sure if you're bringing a phone or any other power device, and particularly if you're coming in from outside of Europe, like I'm in Canada, or if you're in the States or somewhere else, don't forget your power supply. Spain or France, depending on where you're walking, or Italy, works on a different power system, so make sure you get a plug, go to the internet, and depending on what country you are walking through, make sure you get the appropriate plug and cable to power your device. I mean, I took my iPhone and used it for pictures and video and charged it every night. So really glad I remembered to bring my power. Okay, another mini lifesaver for me was my handy dandy pocket knife. So this little one here, of course, had a knife that I used to cut my bread and cheese when I was on the trail. Also had, perhaps the most important aspect, wine bottle opener. When you've had those long days on the trail and you want to have a glass of vino and you think, I just bought that at the store for €4, but I have nothing to open it with. Wait, I've got my knife. So I found this pocket knife that had a screwdriver. It had a couple of other things, scissors. Really came in handy. And I know, the Camino is all about how much weight. But personally, I thought this was worth its weight in gold. Okay, did you remember to pack a splork? Yes, it's the spoon and fork. I guess you might call this a knife, but I don't think so. I had my pocket knife for that. Spoon and fork, super durable, super lightweight, made of plastic. My wife and I, we didn't eat at a lot of places for lunch when we were walking. Our preference was to grab food at a store the night before, a baguette or cheese, vegetables, fruit, and we would carry that. And we would find a really cool place off the trail and sit down and have a nice meal, nice lunch. And this was indispensable, really was. And it weighs like an ounce, if that. So look for your splork. Okay, and one more that I was really glad my wife thought of this, and that is a plug. You might think, now that's crazy. I've never seen that anywhere. And you may be right. But for us, we washed our clothes every evening when we finished walking. Socks, underwear, tops. And I can't tell you how often there wasn't a plug to be found, and you're stuffing stuff in the sink. Or my wife, if we had stopped at a small place and she was using the sink and I wanted to use the bathtub to get our clothes washed and dried, I think maybe because pilgrims had taken the plugs, or they knew better, or if you're staying, in the albergues or whatever, you can't find a plug to save your life. So this thing stuffed it in the sink and allowed us to wash our clothes every night. So this really was a lifesaver, and I'm so glad that I brought it. And once again, weighs about 2 ounces. So think about it. Okay, well that's it. 5 things that maybe you forgot to pack. There's the buff. There's the power. There's the pocket knife. There's the splork and the plug for the sink. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. I'll be posting more if people are interested. And if you really like this particular topic, I have 5 more things that you might be interested in that you hadn't thought about. So stay tuned and I'll post that. And hopefully next time I see you, I'll have my haircut. Buen Camino. Happy walking.